Young Corpse TV. My name is Dean. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're launching a new series. Let's go ahead and dust off the lid. Casual Brew. We're launching with Dice Masters, and the first deck build will be the X-Men build, Uncanny Sidekicks, after the break. Dice Masters, a beloved series, a tentpole franchise for the channel. I gotta say, Dice Masters does not get its fair shake. It's still being made, and we are still making videos for it. So first thing you're going to notice out of my Dice Masters kind of like tier 1 decks, it's obnoxious. Pro tip, I gotta say, you gotta go, check out eBay, get the Crown Royal bags, buy them in bulk, and just get the $1.50 patch, iron them on, and you got yourselves a pretty sweet dice bag. Dice Masters, unfortunately, is kind of a pain in the ass to kind of like keep organized and together. So I would recommend just getting some cheap bags, keeping the dice separated inside those. And today we are checking out the Uncanny X-Men deck. So let's go ahead and start off with just the cards themselves. After this, I'll go ahead and break out in a graphic how many copies of each. But as far as the characters go, the concept of this whole deck is going to be built around sidekicks. In order to get that strategy really going, this is the first off synergy card, but I feel it's super important and is, as far as Dice Masters is concerned, removal is super hard to come by. So when fielded, you may pay 2 face masks to knock out 1 character for 2 mana. Is pretty superb. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Psylocke. I'll go ahead and spread out the actual 8 characters. We got 1, 2, 2 3s, 2 4s, and 3 5s, kind of like ending the mana curve. So what we're rolling into with our first 4 sidekick dice. Potentially turn 1, we're going to want to buy Psylocke, buy it quick, maybe get 2 or 3 copies so we can start getting some double symbols, and buy into our other die. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and read the cards themselves. Psylocke, the Assassin, I don't know how to pronounce that, so I will not embarrass myself. But like I said, 2 mana in Dice Masters. Mana energy. We're going to get those confused the whole video. But when fielded, you may pay 2 face masks to knock out 1 character. Built-in removal, super strong. For the 3rd slot, 3 mana drop, we're going to go ahead and start with Angel. When Angel attacks, your sidekicks get +1/+1 attack and defense, no matter how many Angel dice attack. So that's kind of the theme. What we're going to do is we're going to bind a Psylocke early, get a lot of energy to buy multiple copies of multiple dice. Being at the 3 slot, Angel is super good, and basically the 1-2 punch, Falcon and Angel. Falcon is an uncommon green bar. And when Falcon attacks, your sidekick can't be blocked. So what the goal of this whole deck is, we're getting a lot of sidekicks on the field, we're giving them 1/1 buffs, and potentially they will not be blocked. So get Angel, get Falcon out early, Fist, Shield, so you got some diversity in your first 2 or 3 turns, also as well as that 2-drop. That's pretty much what's going on there. Pretty much another essential piece in the cog, Namor, Impervious Rex, the Submariner. I gotta say, this is probably, for my money, I jumped on super early, started playing in the 2nd release, and for me, this is my most underrated card. If Namor is the only character in your field at the end of any turn, field up to 2 sidekick dice from your used or prep area. So what you're doing is amassing sidekicks, you're buffing them up, you're making them unblockable, and you're attacking with everybody, leaving Namor the only die left in your field on any turn, and thus attack for free. They get by, they get blocked, they get killed. No matter what happens, you're getting those sidekick back on the field. You're getting additional blockers constantly. Super powerful. Scarlet Witch, another kind of essential cog in the engine, not necessarily dealing with sidekicks too much, but this is a great card for any deck. It is my super rare for the deck, probably the most expensive card. While Scarlet Witch is active, you may reroll any or all of your die 1 additional time during the roll and reroll step up. So basically, roll and reroll step. It's roll and reroll again. So I mean, insane value. 4-drop. It's an energy bolt, and it's pretty much guaranteeing that no matter what you need late game, you can roll those sidekicks to their face symbol, field them with Scarlet Witch, and you're constantly getting your sidekicks out, even if you're drawing them from your bag. At the 5 slot, Professor X Trainer card. This is a rare. Sidekick Synergy. While Professor X is active, your sidekicks get +1 attack, +1 defense, no matter how many Professor X's are fielded. So with this, with Angel, you're making your 1/1 sidekicks 3/3s. You have 4, potentially 8 in your bag. You field those, you get them out late game. You're constantly attacking, and that's 3/3 unblockables, 20 damage. That's pretty good. Cerebro, kind of falling in line with the removal. Place Cerebro on an X-Men dice card. It remains there until you or a card effect removes it. When you field the die from that card, knock out 1 opposing die. So, I kind of mentioned that Psylocke didn't have much synergy with the sidekicks. However, with Cerebro, if you get this late game, you drop it on Psylocke, your 2 die, you're guaranteed in this deck. I run 4 copies of Psylocke. You're getting those 2 drops constantly in the field. Every time you field those, you can field it by paying the double 2 for the field cost, and that's potentially double removal every time you field Psylocke, knocking out the characters, plus your sidekicks are unblockable. You knock out their major defensive threats, and you're just unleashing mass amounts of damage. Now, I haven't really been keeping up with the meta too much as far as the latest, like 3 or 4, Thor set came out, Guardians of the Galaxy, but there are a couple cards, I believe, in, I want to say Dr. Light from DC. I don't know if I'm getting that card right, but it definitely interacts with the sidekicks, so removal is essential. You get Psylocke, you get Cerebro, you're removing those Dr. Light cards that kind of stop your sidekicks, preventing them from causing damage, and that just basically guarantees that you're going to go ahead and get that sidekick damage through. Wolverine, it's a 5-drop. It's kind of on theme. Out of the 8th character card, this is definitely the most expendable as far as synergy goes. As far as theme-wise goes, for me, Casual Brew is all about having fun, and I really value theme, so I love having Wolverine in the deck. What does it do? Wolverine deals double damage to characters that block him. So, late game, you have your sidekicks that are unblockable. You're pushing through with Wolverine. He's an 8-4, 6-3. So potentially late game with attack, that's double damage from character dies. And basically it's killing their characters. You're removing characters with Psylocke, and basically all around. This is just a very fine-tuned, fun deck, and I'll go ahead and show you a graphic as far as how many die as far as each character go, the best way to play it, and that's pretty much it, Super fun, super quick. Like I said, there's not a lot of 6, 7, and 8 drops. There are 3 5s, which gets a little dicey, so, depending on what you go through, let's say that you don't get the Angel die, you kind of really buy into Psylocke early, you get your Falcon, you maybe instead of going for Angel, you get your Professor X to get those sidekicks buffed up. It's pretty awesome. It does have the global pay 1 face mask, move to 2 sidekick die from your use pile up into your prep area, which I didn't really mention, but with this synergy and this strategy going on, insane global ability. Now the downside is, as far as it being a global ability, your opponent can use it and thus ramp kind of like his spending and get that going, so that kind of stinks. Not a huge fan as far as global abilities go. I would almost argue, because global abilities can be used at any time without the character being fielded. Maybe kind of like, it's kind of, throw it out there. Maybe kind of from a Magic the Gathering standpoint, instead of having a global ability, that's just an ability that this character would have anytime that die would be fielded. So maybe it makes that card still exciting to use. It makes the card more valuable. But it kind of, it's kind of weird having an ability that both people can access. Kind of weird. But that being said, that is the team. I feel super strong with it. Had major success, and this is probably one of the first teams I've really put together, and I really just kind of finessed it over time, added some drop-ins. Let me know as far as what you would change. I think, like I said, I think as far as in this build goes, Wolverine might be the most expendable, but I mean, Wolverine is Wolverine. I think X-Men, I think Wolverine, you gotta have the captain, so that's staying. Now let's go ahead and talk about the action cards. I do have 3 that I kind of, depending on the play, the opponent I'm facing against, I might swap in, might swap out. But I gotta be honest, I rarely, if ever, I feel like the characters are tuned enough in the strategy. We have some global abilities that we can access. I really don't buy a lot of these. I find myself just buying in to Psylocke early. Let's get those Angel cards out. Let's get those Falcons out. And, let's go ahead and end this match early is kind of the goal of this deck. So as far as the action cards go, Hulk out for 2. Probably, good to buy in for 2. You just go ahead and start getting that double energy early. 1 target character die gains Overcrush until end of turn. It's basically trample. If you roll the burst symbol, that character gets an additional 1 attack. The 3 mana card, 3 energy card, transfer of power. Roll a character die from your used pile. If it rolls a character face, field it at no cost. Otherwise, place it in your bag. So you're kind of getting some manipulation of the used characters, getting some ramp going on that way. There's a global ability, play when shield. Swap the attack value of your characters with that of an opposing character. Kind of a combat trick, if you will. But like I said, it being a global ability, unfortunately, it is a combat trick that your opponent can use as well, so use a caution. And 4 drop, basically nasty plot. Draw 2 die, put them into your prep area. Just great mana ramp, great card. So I would probably play these 2. And then if you need to, depending on your strategy, you might want to swap out the transfer of power. But, let me know. This is a casual brew. This is a evolving brew. So if you play something differently, let me know in the comments. If you think this build is awesome, let me know in the comments. Go ahead and stick around for more. We got some, as far as thematic builds go, we got the Green Lantern. We have some Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 mystery builds. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Young Corpse TV. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Casual Brews, and I'm very excited to announce that we are indeed ready to jump in Magic the Gathering Casual Brews very soon. I think we'll go ahead and start with some Pauper. So some Pauper decks on deck for filming. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dean. Thank you. Subscribe.